Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Vashem Kahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right. It's only a matter of time until these troops start getting physical. All right. Now, what you just seen was a couple clips that I seen on the internet. All right. Where you got the National Guard troops, right, getting physical with people. OK. And they're pushing people on the ground at this point. They're, forcibly grabbing people and moving them out the way. All right. You have to understand that this is only going to escalate. OK. This is only going to escalate, and it's going to get to the point to where, these troops are just flat out beating you people's ass, man. All right. The average person in America, if they back talk, if they do something that's outside of the program, right, the troops will have full range to, put their hands on you, gun butt you with a rifle, and in a lot of cases just put you to death, man. OK, this is what Donald Trump set these troops up to do, to maintain order, OK, by any means necessary. All right. And that's going to come with, physical altercations. OK, that these troops, they're definitely prepared for. You see, we told you people that it was going to come to a time. All right, that martial law was going to be implemented in this society. OK, and you can see the devil setting the stage for it. All right. Martial law. All right. The stage is being set for martial law. OK, and martial law. All right. If you know anything about it, it's pretty much all civil liberties of the American person. Right. Will be stripped away. OK, and you will be 100% property of the government. All right. And they will dictate when you come in and out and where you go. Right. Basically, no more freedom. All right. You'll have to live your life according to the U.S. government schedule 100%. All right. And that's going to come with a lot of turmoil, which these troops, all right, they're prepared for. OK, they're prepared for that turmoil. And, they're ready to get physical with you people, man. All right. Look at the ICE agents. OK, they're yanking people out of cars, slamming niggas on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Hemming up old ladies. Don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Putting handcuffs on them. They don't give a fuck, man. All right. So, we're in the beginning stages of all out hell breaking loose. And, we're in the beginning stages of you Americans, you people being terrorized by your own government. All right. By the U.S. government, by, the authority that the government sets up to watch over you people. OK, we're in those times, man. All right. And it's going to get real gritty and real ugly. All right. For the average person out here. OK, that steps outside of the boundary. All right. That's what you've seen in those two clips that I just played. Right. A couple people stepping outside of the boundary. And what happened to them? They got slammed on the ground, pushed out of the way. All right. It's only going to get more severe, and it's going to escalate. All right. So what I got right here on Wikipedia. OK. And this is on Wikipedia. You can look this up. Crimes by peacekeepers. OK. Now, the peacekeepers are the uh, UN foreign troops, okay, that eventually the U.S. government is going to call upon to restore order in the American society, all right? Because it's going to get so bad out here that the American government is going to have to call on their allies from other countries, all right, to send their military over here, all right, to govern the people. Now, like we always say, okay, these National Guard troops, all right, they're going to be pretty much a walk in the park compared to the foreign troops, all right, compared to the, the troops that come from other countries, all right. They're going to be a walk in the park for them, man, all right, because the foreign troops, they're going to be a lot more vicious, and they're going to be a lot more relentless, all right, no mercy, okay. So when they get over here, all right, people are going to be in some serious trouble. Hey, did you call them and let them know you were coming?
No, yo no mucho de inglés.
Huh?
Inglés no mucho.
Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yeah, my bad, brothers. I'm here at my job and shit. All right, so yeah, when them foreign troops, when they get over here, man, all right, they're gonna be way more vicious, all right, and way more relentless, no mercy. Okay, you people are gonna be in some serious trouble, and you women, all right, they're gonna take full advantage of you. All right, I'm just telling you that right now. You women, you American women that's been living your life on a goddamn breeze, thinking nobody could touch you, thinking you'll always be safe and comfortable. Okay, well, them foreign troops, you got to keep in mind, them foreign troops from these other countries, they've been watching you American women on TikTok and Instagram. They got TikToks and Instagrams too. All right, they've been watching you women, and they've been salivating to get over here, okay, and pin you women to the wall, man. All right. So look, it says crimes by peacekeepers. Hang on, get to a little quieter place. It says reporters witnessed a rapid increase of prostitution in Cambodia and Mozambique after UN peacekeeping forces moved in. You see? Because as soon as they touch down, all right, they're going to start hijacking all the women. All right, the American woman is really going to be in some serious trouble, man. All right, very, very soon. When these foreign troops get over here, all right, they're going to get over here and start hijacking women, man. All right, kidnapping women, all right, holding them hostage, you know what I'm saying? And you already know what they're going to do to them, man, all right? You already know how hypersexualized the American woman has become, all right? So what you think them troops want, man? That's why it says a increase in prostitution, man, when they touch down over here, okay? A lot of you women are getting ready to get raped. Damn, I didn't want to say that word. Raped. That's the word I meant, okay? A lot of you women are getting ready to get sexually assaulted, man, all right, to the point of no return, man, by your own government, you see? All right. Let's jump down a little bit. It says Geeta Sahgal spoke out in 2004 about the fact that prostitution and sex abuse occurs wherever humanitarian intervention efforts are established. The issue with the UN is that peacekeeping operations, unfortunately, seems to be doing the same thing that that other militaries do. Even the Guardians have to be guarded. So, basically they're going to get over here and, run shit down, man. All right. They're going to get physical. OK, they're going to force you people into their will. All right. And this is what the Lord said was going to happen. Let me get a scripture real quick. This is This is Ezekiel 23, starting at verse 22. It says, therefore, O Ahalabiah, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will raise up thy lovers against thee, from whom thy mind is alienated, and I will bring them against thee on every side. And that's what you see the Lord is doing, okay? Because 2/3 of our people, they love the American government, man. All right? They listen to whatever Esau tell them, all right? They love this filthy life, man, okay? So the Lord is saying, I'm going to bring up your lovers against you, meaning that I'm going to bring up the same people that you chose over me. I'm going to bring them up against you, which is the U.S. government. All right. Verse 23, it says, the Babylonians and all the Chaldeans, Pekod and Shoah and Koa and all the Assyrians with them, all of them desirable young men, captains and rulers, great lords and renowned, all of them riding upon horses. All right. Coming with all sorts of armory and tanks and different weaponry, okay, to keep you tribes in line, man. All right, to gun butt you in the mouth, to kidnap your women, all right, to come inside of your house and hijack you for all your resources, okay. You Americans is gonna get stripped of everything, man. All right, as this escalates, man, because these troops, man, all right, pretty soon they're not going to be playing with you people, man. All right. They're going to be executing people live on the street. It's going to get that evil, man. All right. It's going to get that evil. OK. Somebody disregard an order. They're going to shoot the nigga right in the head in front of everybody, in front of the public view. And it'll be nothing anybody can do. There'll be no court proceedings. There will be no investigation about it. It'd just be another dead nigga on the street, man. All right. That's the times we coming into, man. All right. Verse 24, it says, and they shall come against thee with chariots, wagons, and wheels, and with an assembly of people. All right. Which shall set against thee buckler and shield and helmet round about, and I will set judgment before them, and they shall judge thee according to their judgments. You see? So that means that these troops they're gonna have their way with you people, man. All right, they're gonna have their way. All right, and we're starting to see that. We're starting to see that, man. I knew as soon as they start mobilizing the National Guard throughout the United States, I knew through the Holy Spirit, oh yeah, this is the beginning. This is the beginning of these troops out here terrorizing people. This is the beginning of it. OK, but they got to gradually bring it upon you. All right. And then they need the narrative of why they have to station the troops in your neighborhoods. There's immigrants, there's criminals, there's the mass shootings. We have to keep the people safe, when really, in reality, the ones that they're saying is going to keep you safe are going to be the same ones that are going to be bullying you into submission. OK, that's what it's about. All right. It's about stripping the American citizen of all rights. And, pretty soon, they're going to strip you of all understanding once they merge your body with that technology, man. All right. So everything is heating up. Everything is falling into place. OK, let's get this real quick. Deuteronomy, start at 52. Deuteronomy 28:52. All right. It's the book of Deuteronomy 28:52. It says, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fenced walls come down. All right. And this is dealing with the curses, all right, that the Lord has placed upon our nation. All right. The Lord is basically saying that, look, because you have disregarded my law. OK, I'm going to send your enemies after you. All right. And they're going to invade you. All right. And they're going to come into your cities and they're going to take over your cities. All right. And they're going to burn your temples down. They're gonna sexually assault all of the women. They're gonna take the young men for slaves. You know what I mean? These are the curses, man. All right. So the Lord is getting ready to bring it again. Okay. This is what Esau Edom is doing, man. All right. Stationing his military. Okay. And it's really a besiegement. All right. Because nobody voted for these troops to come into these neighborhoods, man. All right. And start regulating shit. Nobody voted this. Nobody went to the city hall and said, yeah, I think we need to have the troops up. You know what I mean? Donald Trump is a goddamn lie. Talking about, Chicago, they really want us to come out there. You're a goddamn lie, man. Ain't nobody told you to come out there. Okay? But it don't matter. All right? It don't matter because now all they need is that narrative of, look, there's criminals, in Chicago. We got to get the troops out there. You know, the perfect excuse. All right. And this is a part of the curses. The Lord said that this was going to happen, man. All right. Especially in the latter days. OK, because this is the time of Jacob's trouble. It says, wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. Now let's jump down to verse 65. Okay. 65. Deuteronomy 28 and 65. It says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. Okay. You watch when these troops, all right, really start surrounding these neighborhoods. Because right now they're just being sent out. OK, but in the near future, it's going to become a regular occurrence to walk outside in the military is all over the city, all over your neighborhood, all throughout America, man. Not just in one place, not just in a couple places of America. No, all throughout America. Just like how you see the police driving around. You know what I mean? Every city you go to, you will always see the police somewhere driving around on the freeway, in the cut. You know what I mean? That's how you're going to see the military. Okay? You're going to go outside. There's going to be checkpoints. You can't go here. We need to see some verification. Right? You know, they're going to regulate the average American, man. All right? And that's going to cause a lot of people to fear. People are going to be scared, man. All right? You got these trained operatives in the middle of the street with some big ass assault rifles, man. And they look mean. All right? They don't have no mercy. They don't have no emotions. Okay? And you know that if you get out of line, these niggas will beat your motherfucking ass. All right? And carry you off somewhere and put a bullet in your head. Okay? People are going to be scared, man. All right? To even come outside pretty soon. Verse 66, it says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. All right? That time is coming up, man. That time is coming up. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is assembling, okay, a troop, okay, to come up against you, you Americans, but first and foremost, you rebellious Israelites, man. Okay, 2/3 of you Israelites, man, you're going to be subject to this, man. All right, you're going to be the ones that's going to be gun butted in the mouth. All right, shot dead in the street. All right, your young men grabbed out of the house, sent off to war. Okay, to go fight World War III. All right, these is going to be the troops that's going to be enforcing these policies, man. All right, and they're not going to do it nice, especially them foreign troops, man. All right, because the foreign troops, they don't have any connection to the average American. All right, they're in a foreign land, right? You know, and, you know, they don't have any regard for the average American's life. Okay, because they know that you Americans are just some low-level, degenerate, insect-minded, guerrilla thought process niggas. All right, so they're gonna come over here and be glad to put the Friday night smackdown on you niggas out here, man. Okay, they're going to be glad to do it. All right. Okay, and this is what Yahweh Shai purposed, okay, to judge the wicked of our people. All right. You women, okay, all of that feminism shit that you women have been talking and all of that, I'm better than a man and I don't need no man. Well, we'll see what women got to say when her city is surrounded by them troops, okay? And, you know, she starts hearing reports about how women are going missing and how the troops are sexually assaulting women in her neighborhood, all right? And she know that in any given moment she could be next. You see? We'll see we'll see all that shit that women got to say then, all right? Because all the fun and games and all the funny shit is going to be out the window, man. All you punk ass beta male niggas, man. All right. You niggas that believe that the woman is a god, you're out of here. OK. All right. The weak men are going to get trampled down fast, man. All right. Lord going to get rid of you niggas quick. OK. Let's get this last one right here. This is Isaiah 19:4. It says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord." Okay. Talking about Donald Trump, man. All right. Because the Egyptians represent the Americans in this context. All right. And now somebody will say, what do you mean the Egyptians represent the Americans? Well, the first captivity of the Israelites was in Egypt. Okay. So a lot of the times the Lord will refer to our captors as Egyptians because the Lord wants us to remember our first captivity. Okay. So now we're in captivity again under Esau, Edom, in America. All right. So the Lord refers to the Americans as Egyptians. All right. Now, if you can't understand what I just said and you're still scratching your head, all right, well, maybe the spirit ain't working with you. All right. But I got to continue on with the lesson. OK, so in the Egyptians, will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord? Donald Trump, he's that cruel Lord. OK, all right. He's passing policies that are restricting people's liberties. OK, he's pretty much throwing out the Constitution and, preparing this society to accept the MOTB, the mark of the BEAST, Palantir and digital IDs and shit. You see? And, Donald Trump is looking like he ain't going to have no mercy. All right. Look how he's getting at these immigrants, man. All right. ICE doing all of that physical shit to these immigrants. That's all coming from the orders of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the one that's telling them, yeah, go out there and go, apprehend them illegal immigrants at all costs, regardless of what you got to do. If you got to beat their ass, if you got to slam them on the floor, apprehend them. I don't give a fuck. You see, that's a cruel Lord, man. All right. And this same cruel Lord is going to be the one that's going to initiate martial law. OK, and that's going to be a nightmare for the average American out here, man. All right. In regards to these soldiers, you see, these soldiers are going to be a nightmare to the average American. It says, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. All right. So, yeah, we're in those times, man. All right. We're in them times where things is going to start getting physical. All right. Shit is going to start getting violent. OK. And, we just got to watch and see and pay attention, man. All right. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. Give all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai Shalom.